And here we are. I just wanted to one of my as usual, my live videos are like these 4-minute videos. Things I've heard and listened to lately, right? I listened to a cool video that was mixed, a whole bunch of different people, Tony Robbins and a bunch of like motivational speakers. Also going back to the book, The Compound Effect, kind of heard some common themes about goals, right? And I recently did a video actually that was saying, what's a goal? And this is how simple a goal is like, think about what you want and write it down, right? And according to Dave Ramsey, his Total Money Makeover, which I have on the floor here by me, he says that the 3% of Harvard graduates that wrote down their goals achieved more than the other 97% combined, as far as financially, right? So writing down your goals is an important thing. So think about what you want and write it down. However, I'm going to add to that a little bit of a twist, right? Because Tony Robbins was saying that a lot of times we set goals at New Year, saying like, oh, I want to do these 10 things this year, or things I want to change about myself. But a lot of times we end up with kind of a negative connotation on it, something that we're trying to like push towards, right? He says you got to have goals that pull you along. They're so compelling that you like are excited to achieve it, versus something that's like like not, you're pushing, right? Pushing this goal instead of being pulled. So you got to have something compelling. Now, a lot of times people have goals around weight loss because we live in this world where if you're like me, you work a lot from your computer, you're sitting, you don't get a lot of steps in a day. Yet there's more food available all the time than ever before. In fact, I read in Blueprint, side note, that like 100 years ago, people spent like 42% of the total income on food. And today we spend like less than 9% of our incomes on food, which is crazy. So first of all, it just shows that, there's this slow trend of economic growth and improvement and progress that allows us to do more. Unfortunately, that also means there's so much food available to us all the time at such a cheap cost that we're all getting, overweight. So anyway, that was a really long story to get to this basic point where if your goal is to lose some weight, put a positive spin on it. You don't want to have like a weight loss goal or a fitness goal that basically says I want to lose 25 pounds. And that's not a very compelling goal. Like, what if you lose 25 pounds and you still have love handles and a gut and you don't like your double chin? Like, it's not a very compelling goal. And then what are you going to do? Like, well, I'll lose 20 more. Like, great. That's great. If you're overweight and you do achieve that or set that goal, that's an awesome thing. But even more like, as far as Tony Robbins, like putting a compelling goal on it, right? Think of a time when you were fit or set a goal about being fit. I want to race in this race with my, friends or with my family, or I want to do 3 triathlons this year. I want to improve my vertical leap. I want to, dress a certain way. I don't know, like I'm just coming up with some stuff on the top of my head, but like put a compelling positive spin on your goals. So if it's finance, you don't want to look at how much you have to cut out of your life in order to save this much money. You want to look at how much money you want to accumulate, or the rate at which you can accumulate, or the vision of like paying for this vacation cash, or paying off your student loans so that you can have cash at the end of the month instead of so much month at the end of the cash, right? Like put that like positive vision on it, instead of the negative. So that's one thing that I want to get to. But more importantly, the title of this video should be something along the lines of rituals to achieve goals. The way that high achieving people achieve more than everyone else is they write down their goals and then they have rituals associated with those goals. So a ritual, we all have rituals for a lot of stuff, right? If you think through your day, you probably have a standard ritual of like what time you kind of wake up in the morning, what you do immediately in the morning, A lot of people even eat the exact same food every morning. Um, what time you get in your car to go to work or the train or whatever, and like there's all these rituals that are pretty standard, right? So if you build into your rituals certain things that are positive towards your goal, um, your likelihood of success and achieving those goals in an efficient way goes up astronomically, right? So if your goal is to lose weight again, um, or I should say, if your goal is to um, increase your vertical leap or run that race, um, then you build into your schedule like 20 minutes before breakfast running on the treadmill. Your ability to improve your fitness is going to go off the charts. Plus, it will be so much easier to do that rather than like waiting till late at night and not having like equipment and kids asking you what to do and all these different things. So like you want to build that into your ritual. So for me in these videos, it's always like I listen to these different, business leaders, motivational speakers, different things when I'm running on my treadmill, because I actually do run on the treadmill every day. And then also I read books, right? Obviously I do a lot of book reviews. And so I have to put it in my ritual to read books, or in my routine to read books. And I read while I lay with my kids when I'm putting them to bed. And so first of all, I spend some quality time with them, and I'll, tickle their arms or whatever, talk to them for a second. And then I grab my little reading light, and then I'll read for 30, 40 minutes at night. So first of all, I calm myself down for bed and get kind of that routine. And secondly, expand my knowledge in leadership and self-help books and whatever. And lastly, I help myself create content for videos. So because that's a routine for me, I never have a problem creating content for videos. And over time, that turns into something, right? My first several videos were awful. Not that I'm good now, but like they were awful. And it felt really weird because it was like, now I have 3 videos online, but now I've got like I have a bunch, and they're over a bunch of different topics and a bunch of different books. And so if somebody enjoys my cadence, my vibe, my advice, or the way I report on things I find, they can go down that rabbit hole and see plenty of my videos and get a lot of content out of it, right? So you got to build in those rituals. Top achievers have bigger rituals than what I'm talking about, but they've been doing them consistently for years and years and years and years, and it turns into millions of dollars. And from everyone on the outside, it looks like, oh my gosh, they lucked into success, or they are an instant hit or whatever. But like years of practice turns into very powerful resources. And so if you have goals, put a positive spin on it, build rituals in that are a daily thing towards your goal, and you'll get there faster than you know. Anyway, a lot of ranting. We'll talk to you another time.